You ever drive by some guy in a rusted-out ram-puffin' black smoke and think, sheesh, poor thing's on its last breath? Thing is, that guy might have babied it. Yup, not redlined it, kept up with the oil changes, the whole deal. But what he didn't know? His daily driving habits were quietly murdering that engine, slow and steady, like death by 1,000 tiny mistakes. And here's the kicker. These habits ain't just from rookies. I'm talking seasoned diesel heads who think they're doing everything right. But one by one, these 5 silent killers sneak in, robbing you of power, longevity, and thousands of bucks in repair bills before you even see it coming. So before you end up trading your diesel for a loan and a limp home mode warning, let's break down the 5 habits that could be sabotaging your truck without you even knowing. And I promise you, if you catch yourself doing any of these, you'll thank me later. Habit number 1, lugging at low RPM. All right, let's kick it off with one that way too many diesel owners think is saving fuel. Lugging your engine at low RPM. You're cruising in 6th gear, maybe towing the camper or a loaded trailer, engine humming at 1,100 RPM. And you think, smooth. I'm being gentle. This is efficient. Nope, that's not gentle. That's a death sentence for your crank and bearings. Here's the deal. Diesels are built to run with load, sure, but not at the bottom of the RPM barrel. When you mash the throttle at low RPM under load, cylinder pressure skyrockets. That spikes stress on the rods, crank, and even your head gaskets. It also dumps fuel in that doesn't fully burn, which sends raw diesel into your oil and torches your turbo from the inside. And that sound you hear, that deep, growly rumble you think sounds tough, that's actually your engine begging for mercy. Modern diesels love torque, but they hate being forced to deliver it when they're not spinning fast enough to handle it. It's like asking a sprinter to deadlift mid-run. You can do it, but you'll blow something out eventually. So don't be afraid to downshift, especially when pulling a load. You're not hurting the truck by letting it rev a little, you're actually giving it the life it needs. Think that's bad? The next habit ruins your engine while you're parked, and most folks are proud of doing it. Habit number 2, marathon idling. Now let's talk about the one habit diesel guys wear like a badge of honor. Long idling. You know what I'm talking about. Truck's been sitting outside the shop idling for 30 minutes while you eat lunch. Or maybe it's cold out, and you let her run while grabbing coffee thinking, it's good for her, keeps her warm. Yeah, no, it's actually killing her. See, when a diesel idles for long periods, the combustion chamber doesn't get hot enough. That means fuel doesn't burn clean, and you get something called wet stacking. Raw diesel slipping past the rings and into your oil. Over time, that thins the oil, washes the cylinder walls, and leads to glazed cylinders, lower compression, and a sad, wheezy engine that used to have some grunt. It gets worse. That buildup can carbon up your injectors and exhaust valves too, and suddenly you've got a truck that smokes, chugs, and idles like a tractor on life support. So yeah, 5 minutes to warm up? Fine. But 30 minutes every day? That's a recipe for a teardown before 150,000. And trust me, diesel rebuilds ain't cheap, especially with all the emissions gear you gotta rip off just to get to the engine. And if you think that idle time was harmless, wait till we get into the short trips you take every day that are slowly choking your engine to death. Habit number 3, a short hop driving, DPF suffocation. All right, now we're getting into the silent killer of modern diesel engines, short hop driving. I'm talking about those quick trips to the store, dropping the kids off, running into work, 5-10 minutes tops. Seems harmless, right? Well, your DPF hates you for it. Here's the problem. Your diesel particulate filter, DPF, fills up with soot from normal driving. No biggie. It's designed to burn that soot off during something called a regeneration cycle. But here's the catch. Regen only kicks in once your exhaust temps stay high for a decent stretch, usually 20 to 30 minutes of steady highway driving. So when all you do is short trips, the DPF starts choking, soot builds up, pressure rises, and then boom, you're stuck in limp mode crawling home at 30 miles per hour, praying the dealer can force a regen before they quote you $2,000 for a new filter. Worse yet, that unburned soot gums up your turbo vanes and EGR valves too. So now you're looking at a triple threat. Reduced power, worse MPG, and a clogged up emission system that's just one warning light away from ruining your weekend. Moral of the story? Take her on the highway once in a while. Let the system breathe. Because if your truck never gets hot enough, it'll start acting like it has long COVID, all wheezy and sluggish for no reason. And just when you thought emissions tech couldn't get more sensitive. The next one? A little plastic jug that can shut your truck down instantly if you mess it up. Habit number 4, ignoring DEF quality / running dry. All right, let's talk about the blue stuff, diesel exhaust fluid, or DEF. It's that annoying extra tank you gotta top off, and most guys treat it like an afterthought, until the truck throws a tantrum and slaps you with a speed limit warning out of nowhere. Here's how it works. DEF gets injected into the exhaust stream to break down nitrogen oxides. No DEF, no go. If your tank runs dry, most trucks hit you with a countdown, and once it hits 0, you're stuck in limp mode doing 5 to 10 miles per hour until you refill. That's not even the worst part. See, a lot of folks try to save a buck using off-brand or sketchy DEF. Problem is, if that fluid isn't pure enough, or if it's been sitting open in your garage absorbing moisture, it can crystallize. That gunk clogs injectors, ruins sensors, and even corrodes lines in your SCR system. Translation? One cheap jug of DEF can turn into a $1,500 repair bill faster than you can say, uh-oh. And guess what? If the truck detects bad DEF quality, it'll shut itself down before the damage spreads. Modern trucks don't play around. Best move? Use name brand DEF with the API certification. Keep it sealed. Don't leave it baking in the sun. Treat it like milk. If it smells weird or looks cloudy, toss it. Your injectors will thank you. Now, all of this won't matter if what's in your main tank is trash. And this next mistake? It's how diesel owners unknowingly destroy $5,000 worth of injectors in a single tank. Habit number 5, bargain bin diesel and neglected filters. All right, this one hits way too many folks who think they're beating the system. You find a backroad gas station selling diesel for 30 cents cheaper than the big-name spots. You fill up, feeling like you just outsmarted the world. But what you really did? You fed your truck a cocktail of junk, water, and debris that could wreck your fuel system faster than you can say injector replacement. Modern diesel engines run on high-pressure common rail systems. We're talking 30,000 plus PSI, more pressure than the inside of a shark bite. And that level of precision? It's insanely sensitive. One grain of dirt, a splash of water. That's all it takes to score an injector tip or damage the pump. And once one goes bad, they all follow. Ask any mechanic, replacing a full set of injectors and a CP4 pump? That's $4,000 to $6,000 easy. And don't even get me started if metal shavings spread through the system. You'll be flushing lines, swapping filters, maybe even replacing the tank. All because you chased a discount at a shady station with slow turnover and dirty tanks. And look, it ain't just the fuel. Neglecting your fuel filters or ignoring the water separator is like driving with no oil filter. Change them on time. Use OEM or high-quality aftermarket brands. And if you're buying diesel in bulk or from questionable sources, test it first. Trust me, saving $4 at the pump isn't worth a $5,000 rebuild. That's not budgeting. That's gambling. So now you know the 5 habits that quietly kill diesel engines from the inside out. But here's the real question. How many of these are you guilty of? And what can you actually do about it before it's too late? So here's the bottom line. You don't need to blow your engine doing 100 miles per hour or forget oil changes to wreck a diesel. Most of the time, it's the boring everyday stuff. Lugging in the wrong gear, letting it idle for half an hour, never getting it hot enough to clean itself out, topping off DF with mystery jugs, filling up at gas stations that haven't cleaned their tanks since Bush was president. It's the stuff we don't even think about, until one day the check engine light pops up, the truck starts running like garbage, and the mechanic hits you with a bill that makes your stomach drop. But now, you're ahead of the curve. You've got the 5 habits. You've got the why. And better yet, these are all fixable. Doesn't cost a dime to stop lugging or to take the highway instead of back roads once in a while. Doesn't cost much more to buy decent DEF or swap filters on time. It's prevention, not repair. And hey, if this saved you even one future headache, make sure you subscribe, because next week, we're flipping the script. I'm going to show you the free tweaks and habits that actually add life to your engine. I'm talking 50,000 extra miles, easy if you follow through. You won't want to miss it. Now you know how to stop killing your diesel. Next time, we'll show you how to upgrade it without spending a dime.